Do you guys ever feel like you're just like pedaling and you're not going anywhere? Guess what? You are not alone. This journey to being authentic is really, it's not an easy one, right? Especially when you've had people tell you all your life, like who you are, who you should be, and who you're not, and who you shouldn't be. As you start to discover who you are, it you start to feel a little bit of imposter syndrome. Should you be, is that who you should be? Should you do that? Is it aligned with your, is it aligned with, is what you're doing, is who you're being aligned with who you've been told you were? And a lot of times you're going to find out it's not. That the person that you are, and we're all meant to be individual, but we live in cultures where we're told how to be, who to be, and what's acceptable and what's not acceptable. And the hardest thing is to just step into that part of us that knows who we truly are. And I know that might sound like a lot of mumbo jumbo. And if you ladies out there know, and even for you men out there listening, because I know I have a lot of men that listen to me, it's the same for you. Like you have a role that you're set, that you're supposed to fill in this life. And then there's shame when you don't fill it, when you don't fill that role. And so we make ourselves unhappy just so we can fill the role that somebody else tells us that we need to fill. And that's not living, is it? That's not really living life. And but also what's hard is like when you do step into that part of you that you know that you are, that doesn't align with what everybody else, who everybody else thinks you are, and what everybody else thinks you should do, that it's people feel like you're out of character. People think that you're indifferent. I just want to say to all of you that I see you. Because when you get up in the morning and you start, when you make that flip, when you flip the switch, so to speak, and it's not something like night and day, like you just get up and you flip the switch and you just step into being, or decide that you're just going to be who you are, however that is, whether anybody says that you're too loud or you're too this or you're too that or you're too prissy or you're too boastful or you're too happy, whatever that is. The truth is that you're always going to find someone who's going to tell you you're doing it wrong. What brought me here today is because I was watching a video that someone made about Dodash. And you can check out her channel. I think you should check out her channel because this girl is resilient. She had been on YouTube for a long time and she found some success where she was making enough money to pay her bills. Like she was really happy and she was excited about it. It's really interesting that as you find your voice, you jump into your authenticity. That's when people want to cut you down. And you're always going to have haters. I had seen a video already where someone said, "Oh, why Dodash is failing." And then the other day I was watching something because I've been trying to figure out how to optimize SEO on my channel. And I saw a gentleman, he was talking and I was like, okay, great. And then he mentioned Dodash and he goes, "Oh yeah, like you should check out my video to see why I say that why she's failing." She was so happy, like she found some success. And then, you have other influencers who want to use that success. They're piggybacking off of her success to gain their success while tearing her down a little bit. And I find it to be very common. That's what people do, right? So you have to have thick skin. And you have to know who you are and what you want. And I think she knows what she wants. The thing is that everybody thinks that we start YouTube channels so that we can make money. And of course, you do tend to realize that yes, oh my gosh, this is a good way that you can make residual income. But people do not jump right off the bat and start making residual income. Many women like myself that start channels because they're trying to find their voice. They're trying to figure out what their life's purpose is. They're trying to figure out how to be more authentic, who they are. And sometimes the last thing you're thinking about is SEO optimization, which after 4 years, like now I'm like, oh, I get it. I need to optimize my videos so that more people can see it. But how do I do that? But you know what? I got on here. I was working on myself. I was working on finding my voice, finding my style, getting comfortable, and all doing this, finding my voice here, all while working on myself, working on my health, working on. So it's a complete package. Not everybody starts a YouTube channel immediately looking for funds. You may think that you're looking for the money at first, and then you find out there's work to be done. And I really commend this girl. And I think it's just really sad. That's the way it is. That when you start to do better, you're going to find people that are always going to come. Now they want to criticize, but nobody was there to help when you were struggling, right? Before she found that little bit of success, I wonder how many people jumped in and said, hey, let me help you. Probably not that many, but now they're like, oh, let me take your success and post it all over the internet and show people why I think you're not successful, even though you think you are. Like I said, it takes thick skin to jump into this game if you're looking for money. And you know what? She may have some things that she needs to do, like we all do, to improve, but everybody's at a different stage. You can send me a DM and say, hey, I think I could help you with this. I think you don't have to take my success, make a show out of it, right? And tear me down in front of everyone to get your success. You could get your success without that, because it's not necessary. But you know what? It's what people do. It's the way it is. That's the life. That's the world that we live in. And as I come here today, I want to thank all of you for riding with me on this journey. I'm being vulnerable, sharing some things about some stories about my life you may have seen. I just shared a story about like when I got divorced, being homeless. And this is not anything. I'm not looking for pity. I'm way past it already. I've done the healing work. One thing I would say to YouTubers is don't get on here and talk about anything that you're not healed, that you don't feel like you've healed from, because you don't know what kind of lashback you're going to get, what people might say. We live in the real world, right? And even though you're making this part of your journey, you live in the real world, and people will always have their opinions. Realizing that you're living in a world where when people see your success, that they want to find a way to tear you down. I don't know why. Human nature. I don't know. Doggy dog. I have no idea. I have no idea. But I have no idea why that's the way. I know I do have an idea that's how it works, but I don't have any idea why people feel like it needs to work that way. But it is what it is, right? It is what it is. If you get a chance, check out Dodash. Like she's very, as women, sometimes you may have gone through a lot of trauma or a lot of having your voice silenced, where this is not easy. It's not easy. If you've been silenced and people have found a way to silence, don't ask questions. You're too much. You're too this. You shouldn't do that. You're too loud. Oh my gosh, you have that opinion? That's not a good opinion to have. Who is anybody to tell you what opinion to have about something, right? Like, you think something, that's what you think. You may change your mind tomorrow, but today this is what you think. So anyhow, I don't know. This was just a little rant today that I wanted to come on because I'm changing up my style a little bit on the channel, but I'm still here. I hope you're enjoying the podcast that I've launched. You Can't Handle the Truth, because there's a lot of truth in that podcast. So check it out. Make sure you check it out. Once a week. I'm posting it on Friday now. So every Friday morning, there should be a new episode out. And we're on episode 22 right now. That just came out on Friday. So check it out. And what else? What else? What else? No, this is just me. This is just me here chatting with you. Just normal chatting. This is not scripted. I just got on and I just wanted to come talk to you, because sometimes it seems like we get on, things are scripted to try to keep everyone's attention, because everyone has such short attention spans anymore. But we're just real people. All these people on here, all these millions of people on here on YouTube making YouTube videos, we're just all normal, trying to live our lives. Hey, it is what it is. So, anyhow, if you haven't already, hit that like button, subscribe so you can be notified when I upload new content. I want to thank you guys for riding with me on this journey as I have switched the name and switched my style, switched my content, even the things that I post. I'm trying to narrow it down a little bit more and just have more content just really geared to women over 40. And if you have anything that you'd like to see on this channel, send me an email. The email is in the description box, and you can also DM me or drop a comment and let me know what you'd like to see. All right. So until next time, thank you for joining me. You stay sexy, you stay beautiful, you stay empowered. All right. Because we are here living our authentic lives. See you next time.